This week's video is about behind the scenes on making a silkscreen shirt here on the island of Maui. Let's get started. So up in Wailuku town, Tsunami Silkscreen opened their studio for me to collaborate and work on a few different designs. Doing a screen print is completely different than just doing like a digital design and putting it on a different medium like a t-shirt. I haven't used Illustrator in so long.
Dude, I'm not even good at Illustrator.
Like 2000
Really?
12. I've been using Procreate for a little over 6 years now, and I've kind of figured out my type of style, the types of brushes I like to use, and just like what kind of detail I like to put into my sketches and even into my final designs. Computer program that was used is called Accurate Emerald, and that's where we were able to get the design printed onto transparency sheet. Next, we prepped the light so that the emulsion screen could be exposed.
It's covered in emulsion. This is all like, it's like super light sensitive, the emulsions.
The suction with this machine helps to make sure that the design comes very straight and precise.
Take it about 1:30, and then after this, we gotta like take it over there and start spraying it.
That's their whole thing.
That's the whole idea. See, sometimes it's like pretty like sensitive with the like thin lines, because then they'll get like washed out. Because then, you know, this is where the ink passes through, yeah?
Yeah.
This part or whatever, you can always kind of just like tape it. I feel like that's okay, yeah?
I think it's great, honestly.
That works, like, it stayed. Okay, we're gonna dry it.
After about 10 minutes of the screen drying, we take it over to the screen press and set it up. Since this is an industrial print maker, it's set up to have all these screws to line everything up. Since we'll be only using one single color to make this print, taping everything down will to make sure the ink goes through each of the individual lines and spaces in between. The ink that was used is called Pastel, which is a water base and doesn't dry unless exposed to heat. Putting a thick layer on the bottom will actually help it give an even coating throughout the entire print. Using a squeegee at a 45 angle, there was a lot more pressure that needed to be put in to make sure that the ink pressed through the screen onto the shirt. Wow.
That's cool. I mean,
that's so cool. No, that is dope. The last step was to get this shirt cured by baking it, essentially, in this heat cure, which was set at close to 600 degrees. With the mock-up finally done, it was time for me to try my hand at this new craft. So this would be the initial original design if it was just on a sticker. I was able to kind of go into the layering process. So this would be just the template itself or the line work. I like this imperfect style of drawing that I've been doing for years. So if the shirt is a white shirt, I would put a black outline. If the shirt is a black shirt, I would do the white outline.
Dude, that's a sick design. That's nice. That's a good word. Sheesh.
Well, you're still wrong.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I gotta get back. Really?
Yeah.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
So these are the first prototypes that I'm working with, and it's like a trial and error process. So these are two prototypes. I'm gonna wash them just to see if like they bleed at all inside out, just so that way it doesn't mess with the print at all. As you can see, it did bleed through the shirt a little bit, but other than that, quality has been like holding up really well. Throw it into the dryer. After the wash, the two individual prints, it did not break, did not bulge, did not bleed, so I'm super stoked on this. Overall, I do like having the design in the front, but just a little bit lower. So the reason why I decided to go with silk screen printing for t-shirts or even like totes, I just want to kind of know behind the scenes. And of course, I've done my own share of tote bags, t-shirts, stickers, magnets, and so such, but I really wanted to try my hand on something a little outside of my comfort zone. So after a week going back and forth on what the second design should look like, I settled on the little snail under the rain. with a little Ethereum leaf on its shell. Each individual stroke actually needed to be super pigmented and also had to flash it here because it being a black shirt, the white ink needed to absorb into the fibers. Even though the flash did help bake some of the layer of the ink, being able to flash it even a second time really helps for that color to set completely in. And just adding that extra coat will really help to make the color pop. The overall idea was to just incorporate a lot of little details within the design just so that it told a story on its own. So the little snail with an Ethereum leaf on some rocks along the riverside was a way for me just to say that even the little things in life matter, no matter how challenging it might be. Not baking sweets or baking shirts. Once we got into a groove, we really were able to knock out a bunch of different shirt sizes and even some tote bags.
You just gotta make it a little lower. This is gonna be yours, unfortunately.
With that, all of the t-shirts and tote bags were packed and ready for the next day's market, which was going to be up in Wailuku. Alrighty, so Wailuku First Friday, they moved them into the parking structure, which is like behind the bank, and setup is there, ready, and we're just chilling. It is raining. I'm actually standing in the rain, which is fine. Like, the Pacific Northwest deals with this every single day. There is a lot of like foot traffic happening right now. People are kind of just browsing and they're looking for food. They're looking for food. Too bad I don't sell food. Anyways. Okay, I'm demolishing this guava cake. It is so good. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, it's already 8 o'clock and I'm gonna actually pack it up early. I am putting my things away. I had a bit of a kooky guy come up and invade my space. The kooks of Wailuku. Kooks of Wailuku. Yeah, so that was interesting. Cool. I swear there's so many, there's literally one just walked up. Anyways, overall the night was very slow, but the rain made up for it in a way that it was like nice and calm, wasn't hot. Being, you know, optimistic, but at the ending I was able to sell one bag and one shirt, so I'm going to consider that as a win. Alrighty, so that is the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.